I'm your host, Alexus. K. Tyler, I'm gonna follow up. I'm dealing with Nipsey Hussle and his trial with Eric Holder, and I'm also dealing with a new reading. A young man, Toddrell Bell, was murdered 2 weeks ago in Tennessee, stabbed in the back. Um, his girlfriend, Alexus, called and called from the Airbnb they were renting, said he was cleaning up the Airbnb and accidentally cut himself, but she didn't say how deep the cut, and actually tried to say that he cut himself or stabbed himself. They got there and saw that he was stabbed in the back. When he was with the police and the paramedics, and they had him on the stretcher, they asked him, did the person that called Alexis stab him, do this to him? He shook his head no, because from what he's been saying to me, he's been talking to me for the past few hours while I've been cleaning up and working on King Nipsey Hussle's altar. When I was down there, I was talking to Nipsey. I was talking to Toddrell, and one thing he said to me that Nipsey also said to me, Nipsey said something about the Purple Onion, um, Magic City, Blue. What is that strip club off Bankhead? Blue. It got some in it because I know Shout It Low, and a lot of the rappers and entertainers also like to go to Magic City and like to go to Blue. Damn, this other strip club. But I'm wondering, is there a club called the Purple Onion anywhere in Atlanta or Tennessee, Miami, Florida, anywhere like they call the Purple Onion? Damn, I can see the club. It's a little hole in the wall club, but a lot of the niggas love to go over there to the Blue Flame. Blue Flame. That's what it is. Blue Flame. Okay. And let me also share this with you because now I have the card. I have the card reader, and these are the options I take on the card reader. If you want to contact me or do a reading or call me on the phone, let's see, can you see that clearly? That's Google Pay, Apple Pay, let's see, PayPal, Venmo, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay, GPay, Samsung, Samsung Pay, and PayPal. I have my card reader. I got it yesterday. So you have no excuses to not donate to me. And I don't know if my students can see it because my assistant put the Cash App link in there last night. I'm not sure if she's up now because I don't know the link. I could have put it there for me. I need you to donate to me as soon as possible to show your love and your support. And I got to get into Young Thug's mama. Young Thug's mama is in here. She's very upset with Young Thug. She's very upset with the situation that was done to him. And she keeps telling me he wouldn't listen to me. He was so hard-headed and disrespectful. He knew I didn't like the way he was living. I didn't like a lot of things that he was doing, even though he was very successful. I was proud of him and the concerts and the money he was making. But I was hearing rumors. I was hearing things, and I saw his behavior, the way he would get violent and cuss people out and be very disrespectful. I had to check him a lot of the times, and he wouldn't always listen to me or say one thing in my face. He said, now I know. The mama said he was going behind her back doing another and extorting and threatening people, and had these look like some machine guns or AK-47s and with silencers, Uzis. He had German type, Russian type. Looked like some of them even had some goddamn explosives and shit. These motherfuckers is ready, goddamn it. These motherfuckers is not goddamn playing down here. And Young Thug's mother, she's talking. I see her seeing her father. I see her speaking to her mother. Young Thug's mother talking to her grandmother on the other side. Also, one of Young Thug's grandmothers. Look, I don't know what's going on and why she keeps coming to me and telling me she's breathing hard. She has a problem breathing. She's holding her chest. She has a problem in her chest. And Young Thug's mother says she cannot hardly breathe. She's sweating. She's hyperventilating, panting, can hardly breathe well. Going from hot, feeling hot flash, cold flash, not being able to speak, not being able to stand well, see, walk, even talk. I wonder what happened to Young Thug's mom because she's still going through drama associated with her death. She said that she had already died several times in her mind, her body, her spirit, her heart, and her soul before she physically died. That is what Young Thug's mother is saying. I keep saying, I see a cat, I see a raccoon, I see someone in the woods. These animals moving around the woods along with people and snakes, carrying somebody, carrying a body, several bodies out in this wooded area, dumping them. And Young Thug didn't do it, but they're saying Young Thug ordered them to do these hits. These kind of things are still going on right now in Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, New York, Chicago, Philly, New Jersey, California. All this, California, Nipsey. Mm, he says again, is his murder, his assassination is tied to Atlanta and Young Thug's camp in New York. He's also saying that London and the British bank, Deutsche Bank, gold coins, blocks of gold, bitcoins, other insurance policies and investments. And they're also tied to record labels. This is also in London, connected to London Bank, Deutsche Bank, Jay-Z. Um, Several other banks in the U.S., Bank of America, Chase Bank. It's another bank in California. It's affiliated with Wells Fargo Citibank. This is telling me there's some money laundering and washing of the money dealing with Nipsey's camps and people he trusted in management and record labels and female managers and female baby mamas associated with hip hop artists and rappers and actors in the entertainment industry that's looking out for the baby mama. And they all scamming and she's a set up bitch and they set niggas up together and they sick her on niggas sick. See, they have a certain group of prostitutes, strippers, that is also prostitutes and video vixens. That's also actresses and prostitutes and dick suckers. That's video vixens. See, if you look at a lot of these so-called actresses, they've been in people music videos and hang with rappers, producers, singers, dancers. Bad boy, Sean John, with this actress baby mama. See this stuff, and then it goes back to drugs in the underworld and the prison industrial complex and polices and politicians and record labels, which would also be federal because they're all tied together. Some of these people in the Nipsey Hussle investigation, like Eric Holder, I don't know, something about him that's off. They don't want to convict this guy. They don't want to give him the death sentence. I keep hearing something, extradition, extradited, offering him a new driver's license, a new name, a social security card to give him a little time in the crazy house, in the nut house. He already ain't good. His mind ain't good. His head ain't good. Either he bumps his head or talks to himself like he assaults himself. He knocks his head against the wall. He grabs his head. He talks to himself. He hears voices in his head. No, that I got murder. He has a mental problem and several personalities, a paranoid, schizophrenic, and he is telling on niggas in the hood and bitches in the hood. And there's a woman in jail tied to him, and she's under federal protection, the Federal Witness Protection Program. There's several women, and one got a baby by Eric Holder, call herself sticking with him, in love with him, and on the run. Want to be on the run with the feds. They moving these people around. They got these people in hotels. They feed these people, and they have these people underground. They've been erased. You think these people are dead and missing? They're not. They're in the Fed custody. And this nigga was pointing out street names and addresses where somebody gave him a map and told him, Big Yusufa, and told him and drawed it out. So he had already been over there. He knew Nipsey. Yes, I understand that. There's an alternative route because I see it drawn on a piece of paper. And I hear Black Sam's name as well because they want to do that and still want to do it to both brothers. And dealing with investments, contracts, old deals, old beef, old debt, trying to extort both of them and jack them up and set them up. Eric Holder knows about this. because they came to him with the plan, and there are other shooters and killers involved that are really the mastermind. Eric Holder has been snitching to save himself and get him out of the deal because they set him up and made him the fall guy. Long as they can hold this out and stretch this case out, and the people that were really involved, the niggas and bitches in the rolling 60s, and other people affiliated with them, and the police helping them, and the sheriffs helping them, and the DA and the judges, because I'm telling y'all, it's a scandal secretly y'all don't know brewing with them judges out there. They fuck each other. Women judges fucking men judges getting fucked in the ass by certain police officers and certain other judges. I'm talking about y'all don't understand. You know, let me give you an idea of what Nipsey is bringing to me. Denzel Washington in Training Day. Go back and watch Training Day. You think it's a game? You think they made this up? That's what's really going on in the LA prosecutor's office, district attorney, judges, and police. There's a secret society of wise men, high-ranking Masonic judges that are also KKK and control all of the politicians and sit on several boards secretly and control the police. This shit goes straight down to Atlanta. And they will have certain hit squads. It's just like the movie a long time ago that Ice-T was in, when these rich people, lawyers, doctors, judges. Can somebody, I can't see any words right now, and if somebody put my Cash App link in there, somebody put my PayPal is my Gmail, alexusktylerbp@gmail.com. They have a hit squad, and they do this for fun and sport because they get bored, because they don't have drive-bys in their neighborhood. They don't have people ODing on the street and selling pussy and sucking dick in the alley, and police beating up their kids and locking their kids up and shooting them in the back of the head and locking them. So many times they crave excitement because their life is so perfect and their magic works. These people are heavily occult. They do a lot of human sacrifice, and they get the adrenaline rushing and the adrenochrome even coming out of the adult brains with the fear hormones released as they chase them down, hunt them, and they have special chefs on standby all around the world, and they will call special chefs, just like a food, and all these people have their own chefs to cook certain delicacies and vegetarian dishes and certain meat dishes and make certain drinks and grow certain herbs. You don't believe me? Well, I would like somebody to Google it while we're speaking. There are instructions on how you, gut and clean and drain a human body, and how do you cut and season and cook the meat to serve it so that it doesn't spoil or you don't rupture the intestines. It's just like with a deer. You can't really have good venison if you don't cut the deer properly. That probably applies to the other animals as well. You have to carefully dissect and resect, pull the skin back, remove the organs so that you don't bust the guts. If you bust the guts and let shit and waste and parasites and maggots spill into the meat of the deer or the human, the flesh is now ruined. Some people, if they're very athletic and have a lot of muscle tissue in their legs and their arms, that won't be a good place to carve the meat if you're going to roast and tenderize that human, because that muscle tissue in the leg is real tough and stiff, and you can't really chew it or chew tendon. Or if the body is diseased or decayed, they don't really use those for that. They may use certain parts or body parts or fluids for something else. Yes, it's really true though. People, even black people in African cultures, have cannibalized and eaten the brain of their enemies or certain humans. They enjoy that. So they will fly in their chefs from all around the world, their culinary artists that look at food not just as preparing it to eat, but it is very creative and it is an art form. They will hunt them down on these farms, and like you have a pig or a horse or chicken, nobody knows about it because it's secluded and they're protected by heavy occult demons They're into demonic secret societies. That's how they have the power to rule the world. And they must feed them. They also have bloodlines that have a vampirism condition. A lot of them have hemophilia. They have other health conditions and strange genetic disorders from fucking their own, having incest to keep the money and the blood in the family, like Saudi Arabian families do, like Egyptian families do, like a lot of families do, that inbreeding and incest shit to keep it in the family. They have genetic disorders because of that. High ranking elite people that run the world and have the money, and that's how they keep the money. They even kill their own children and consume their own children. They have freezers for that. You think it's some type of animal that is a non human. They eat other animals too, but they also have to have the human blood. And at certain times in the moon and the day of the month, and whoever's ruling that month, and we're coming into summer, we're getting ready for another, was it the summer solstice? Are we in that yet? I gotta check it. Spring and summer. Because a lot of murdering and killing. We're going back into the Jason period. They have to have that for power. They have to feed those spirits on them. They have to feed the ancestors on them that call them through the blood, and they have to feed the demons. So a lot of them will eat their food. That's why you see blood leaking out of it when they in public. They might just hit it a couple of times on each side with a little bit of heat for a few seconds, and it's still raw inside with blood. Don't get it twisted. Black people do this too. I've seen black people. I went out with a guy, turned my stomach so bad, I knew I would never kiss him. Let him kiss me in the mouth or have sex. I don't want no sperm. I don't want nothing from the nigga, because sat there and had, they called it what, sunny side up, a poached egg, sat there, goddamn it, and ate that egg. He looked at so fucking nasty. And raw egg running all over the goddamn plate and running all out his mouth and all over his teeth and shit. That's everybody, got their thing. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I guess that's an acquired taste, so they grow it up or they need it raw like that. People make shakes out of egg yolks, build muscle. I understand that. But I just couldn't do it. The nigga already looked at nasty. Like he had 20 or 30 pounds of feces packed up in his ass with his stomach fat and hanging down. I didn't give a fuck how much money. See, it's just, I don't give how much money you got. I don't care what you do or who you know. You looking like that in your ass. You not finna skeet them shit crumbs and crackled up shit, globs of shit and parasites and worms up in my pussy and around in my ass. I don't care who the fuck you are and what you got. Kissing you in the mouth. You pass worms as well as different viruses and STDs through the goddamn mouth. And then you up here eating raw meat, blood, sliding out the meat on the plate, and goddamn raw. Ugh. I didn't go out with him no more. I can't watch that and eat that unless I acquire a taste for that. You see what I'm saying? Because you need to, birds of a feather flock together. So if you're going to consume that, you're dealing with somebody that consumes that, and you're going to let them put their tongue in your mouth, they spit in your mouth, they dick in your ass, they sperm and seminal fluid, you're going to partake of that. Even if you don't eat that, you're still partaking and you're joining with that shit. So I didn't want to join with that because I didn't want to get sick and have that shit rotating around my body, and then it creates a frequency and a vibration, and they share the language. Your mind starts changing and shifting. You can dream what they dream, feel what they feel, hear what they hear, and see what they see. These people on a high level tied into this Nipsey case, basically tied into all of the cases, going all the way back to the 1800s when the racist whites and Germans and basically Latins, and anybody that is a white-skinned person, even if they're not classified as white, most of these people, a lot of them, not all, but a lot of these people with white skin are very, very racist and prejudiced and wants to kill and suppress and lock up anybody of color of fear of a black planet. These are the same people Nipsey's telling me that are on these secret boards and board of directors and in the mayor's office and run and control the mayor and own city planning and zoning and real estate divisions and blocking off and redlining certain areas where so-called black people live and Latin people live and whites and affluents live. And if you see anybody that's non-white in those areas, I already know they sucking dick, niggas getting fucked all in the ass. They don't sacrifice babies, maybe even their own or family members, and they're down with the secret societies. They become runners, they become flunkies and high ranking flunkies and gatekeepers and dick suckers for the elite. And Eric Holder is telling on them and making deals. And it's a group of them in them 60s that was already under police protection and niggas fucking niggas, niggas selling dope, niggas killing niggas and setting up niggas, and the police will stand by and let them murder them. Oh, it's just so much. And I'm telling you, I don't see Big U going to prison right now. Maybe later or something else. He getting justice another way. A lot of these people are not going to physical prison, but they're in a prison already of their own. Jay Stone, Kobe Supreme, Grandpa. It's a few others. I'll keep it to myself right now. Does anybody share my link in here and donate and click like on my videos? Don't stop coming over here sharing and not clicking like on my videos so my videos can go higher up in the algorithm that can be seen and heard and new people can see me. Thank you, baby, for putting in a new. I really need the likes and the support. And you share my videos. And some of you that don't have it, I understand. You can just show your support and give me wealth in other ways by sharing my videos, putting them on other websites, sharing my name, encouraging people to listen to me and watch me. I understand if some people just don't have it. But if you're over here and you do have it and you want to come listen, just to listen, and you're stingy, stay off my page. Stay the fuck away from me. Because this is not free. I don't get this information for free. I don't get any YouTube checks. I don't have any super chats over here. I get nothing from any of these websites, not because I haven't applied, but because they refuse to approve me. Okay? So please don't put comments, you missing money, you need to do this and that. You can't tell me what to do. I've been here since 2006, 2007. And a lot of my pages have been taken down, and I have applied to be a partner. They accept me as a partner and then start nitpicking oh, you cuss too much. Oh, you said this or that. But then I see people that cuss more than me, got more subscribers than me, actually pay for subscribers and pay for views. I don't. And they approve them for checks, but not me. Okay, so it's not that I'm dumb or that I don't understand. So I had to create my own businesses. I had to create my own products to sell. I have to ask for donations because YouTube refuses to make me a partner and refuses to give me a check. Facebook refuses to give me checks. I would have to pay basically for advertising on these spots. That's why I'm branching out and I create my products. I make my hair and skin products and I do my readings because I don't get love and support from these social media platforms. It's the people that keep me going, that love and support me. So yes, I'm telling you, they have the meat in the freezers out there in LA, just like they have a steak, a piece of chicken out there. Them peoples out there that run that world and run the world and run it here, and even black people like to go around and cannibalize. All y'all have to do is look in the news. You think I'm lying? There have also been a lot of black men that suck dick, goddamn snort and smoke meth, smoke crack, that get fucked all in the ass and get niggas they have white boyfriends, they have black boyfriends, and they have their little circle of brothers. They fraternity brothers, they college brothers, where they suck each other thing and then get they whole when they get real high and relaxed and open themselves up to God and open their first chakra. Mm. This is something I know for a fact because I have gay godchildren. It's unfortunate though. I don't really have a lot of lesbians that talk to me, or lesbian godchildren. Most of the gay men feel comfortable talking to me, and they know I'm not going to use their name and tell their business, but they do give me permission to tell the stories. It's a lot of these. Why you think these little boys are switching around, talking about they want to be a little mermaid and they want to take hormone pills and grow titties at 6 and 7 goddamn years old because somebody fucking them in their house, or a babysitter fucking them at school and kindergarten, sucking their dick, or fucking them at the bus driver, and these a lot of these gay men, they were telling me, and some of them are bisexual, they want a woman, but a lot of black women ain't gonna deal with them because they bisexual. They sit there and watch them pretty boys get off them school buses. You hear me? Not buses with an S, and look at their young hard dicks with an S on it, goddammit, because they like fucking young boys, but at the same time they'll marry a woman and have children with a woman and be with her. But these motherfuckers is all over the place, trisexual and on mental health meds and on meth, this man told me. He's a bodybuilder, so a lot of these men, y'all looking at him want to suck their dick and lick their ass and let them fuck you until you motherfucking bleed and get tender and can't walk in the morning. A lot of them niggas suck dicks. That's why they be in the gym lifting iron for men to watch them. Taking their shirt off and watching up in the shower having beautiful sculpted Olympian type bodies for your man and your fucking boyfriend, damn Jimmy, that you love so much that you engaged to down here in Atlanta, but he also engaging in dick sucking in the park and dick. Why you think they stay in the goddamn gym so much and compete for these bodybuilding and muscle man contests and shit and Olympian and goddamn triathlon and running the bikes and running on the fucking street with men's groups of men's? Because a lot of them stand in the middle of a circle of men while men jack they dick together and jack calm on one particular nigga and then take turns fucking him in the ass, and then it becomes a free-for-all orgy, stanking, smelling like butt and shit and nut in there. That's how they get off. They love to look at the beauty of a beautiful man's body and a big dick. And that's a sacrifice and a soul selling. I've seen some young men on some videos, like they kind of look like them rappers, them singers from B2K. Young boys, they teach them how to get in the room. They looking at each other, jack each other dick and comparing each other dick and coming together. Building a demonic bond together. The man told me they was giggling because we had went out to eat. They sitting there, a group of niggas. And one of them said they had this friend that was a lawyer that went to Morehouse, a high-ranking, successful lawyer, looked like a half-breed, half black and white, half black and Latin, some curly hair, cute, some that a lot of black women would go for. He ain't want no woman. He was fucked up in the head. Brilliant, but had a lot of mental and emotional issues. Well, what you probably have to do is, that's what I do when I don't get notification from some channel. I unsubscribe, I resubscribe, and then I hit the bell. You have to do that sometime because I don't get them from certain channels either. That's all you do. Unsubscribe, resubscribe. When you resubscribe to me, you see that bell, click on the bell, and I think it'll turn black. That way you make sure you get the notification. Just because you subscribe don't mean you're going to get notification. You have to hit the bell. Ring my bell, goddammit. Ding, ding, dong. Ring a ding, 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 dong, goddammit. Get up. California love this bitch, goddammit. Neighborhood. Okay, see, this stuff he tells me. Every time I see a police, even if I go in the grocery store or something, they say something, look my way, I start shaking. If they pull me over, I turn my cell phone on so somebody can hear that shit in case I get out and the motherfucker snatch me out and I can't call or I can't motherfucking talk. I know it's a lot of good police because I've met them. It's good police. All police is not like that, but I still have to look them over and look in their eyes real good. If I have to call them to my house or they call me and pull my ass over, I immediately roll that goddamn window out and stick both my damn hands up and out that motherfucker. And make sure they got that goddamn camera on. Not that they're going to stop the shit, but it'll at least record that goddamn shit because you never know which one that you going to pick. And the nigga might have murder on his mind. You see what I'm saying? See, it's too much shit going on. And them black ones will do it to your ass too. It ain't just no white police you got that goddamn worry about. So Nipsey telling me this and he's showing me these contracts. Like these documents they got on him and his life. I hate to say it, but they have a list. They have a harassment list. They have a drug dealer list who they gonna let do drugs and who they gonna set up and kill. And they gonna let other niggas rob them. Then they gonna come in and shoot them and stage the motherfucking shooting and the murder. They have a murder list, which ones they know they cannot break, they cannot control. They're going to fucking kill. Nipsey and Black Sam been on this list over 10 years. For one of them brothers out here, 12 years. This is going back before 2019. We're not starting at 2022. Some of these are powerful drug dealers and dealing with drugs and guns. And it scares me because he says I'm on this list and he's showing me the list. High rank, there's only a circle. I'm not saying all judges in LA. It's a high rank. It's an old white man I see with gray hair, got it parted on the side. And he kind of drawed up feeble like because he undercover is a junkie. He's a junkie and he loved fucking black women's and Latino women's, but he also he's an undercover pedophile. And a lot of them are, and people got shit on them. They got pictures of him. He got pictures of little boys and pictures of beautiful young Latin men and black men getting fucked all in the ass and fisted. Oh, yeah, let me finish the story. Down here in Atlanta, it's a lot of these professional, educated men. So I knew that Karen Samuels was the truth. So I said, oh, I'm going to tell this goddamn shit because I already been inside. Look, I used to hang at the gay clubs with the bulldoggers and the sissies, baby. I was right up in the shit. I got to see this shit when I was like 17, 16, 17, 18 years old because I used to deal with motherfucking dykes. I mean, just keeping it all the way 100. So it's a lot of things you can call me crazy all the fuck you want. That's why I don't give a fuck what the fuck you motherfuckers think about me because I live here. Not in Atlanta, but I live here. I've been on the lowest low. I've slept on the street. I lived in my car. I've seen this shit. I hung around transsexuals that were basically niggas with dresses on back then because they couldn't afford the sex changes. They didn't even really exist as the option, but they looked just like women. And in the nighttime, I saw some of them would come from LA or different places. They look like more girls back then because they were getting the birth control pills, other hormones that were not available to black men who wanted to be women or want to look and live with them, or as a chick with dick to fuck men and prostitute. I got to see it all. Women that looked exactly like men, had the physiques and the bodies of men. I don't live that lifestyle anymore. I don't go to any club. I don't even go to straight clubs. That's not my lifestyle. I don't drink liquor. I don't eat everywhere anymore. I was poisoned and almost killed. I just basically saw a lot of dirty women that were fucking dykes. A lot of women get beat up and killed by other women, and a lot of men will kill their lovers. So I know these things. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I'm so grown. At this point, you really can't hurt my feelings. I mean, who gonna check me, boo? Who you gonna tell? Who's gonna do anything to me? It's just my life. These my experiences, and I don't have to share them, but I choose to share them with you. And people share their stories with me. I've seen it. So that's why I don't really give a fuck. You either can love me or you hate me. Just don't listen. Just get the fuck out over here. Because I know what I'm saying is true. And a lot of these professional men, you wouldn't believe, and these church men and these preachers and the choir directors, they are in love with beautiful boys, beautiful young men, and beautiful children. I used to be out there when I was homeless and trying to work and get my life together and do the right thing. And I had married couples, like women, I like they want to be my friend. And then when they get to talking to you, they end up starting to tell you, this is my husband. And I will give you anything you want. I'll take care of you. But I just want you to be with me and I want you to let my husband fuck you. I'm telling you, man. It's just more disgusting and wide open now. I don't know which one is more disgusting. Walking to the bus stop and having some man pull up on you, or some woman acting like she wants to be your friend because you're young and help you, but then she want to eat you out and watch her husband fuck the shit out of you, some young virgin pussy, and then he'll pay you to do the shit and let you move in. I don't know what's more disgusting about when the time when I was growing up and it wasn't known, or now when it's so wide open. These women have no morals at all and no self-respect. They do anything, just like this Alexus bitch that stabbed that lady's son 2 weeks ago. God damn it, killed that boy. And then he fucking, I'm gonna get to that. Oh, with him, I'm trying not to be upset with him and cuss his little ass out, but I really am upset with him. And I'm just trying to keep my cool because I don't want to leave right now. Nipsey's talking to him. I'll let Nipsey talk to him. You're right, Nikki. Truth is stranger than fiction. It's not really stranger than fiction. It's only stranger than fiction because your mama don't tell you shit and your daddy don't tell you shit. And I ran into the shit because my mother deliberately took all of my money and all my clothes and threw me out in the street in the cold and wanted those things to happen to me. She actually said I was so stupid that within 2 weeks of her putting me out, the city of Atlanta police would knock on her door and tell her they found me dead. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's sad when women underestimate and disrespect their own children, which shows you they don't like themselves, they disrespect themselves, and they feel like they a stupid ass bitch and ain't got shit. And so she let me and fuck her and suck her and sold her stinking ass. So she said I would be dead. So I wasn't even smart enough to sell my pussy. I didn't want to do that, and I didn't. I scraped and struggled and did the best I could, and got jobs where fast food where I could eat a sandwich because I didn't want to do that. And she underestimated me, and I'm here 2022. I'm here, and she put me out, and I was 19, almost 20, and got pregnant with a baby. It's a lot of parents, but you know what? That's another fucking story. A low life, scandalous, trash ass, stankin' pussy bitch who would give birth to. She's an animal. I told you that's an animal. That's not an upright woman. That's the divine womb, man. A sacred goddamn woman standing in vagina power in this bitch that loves what you conceive before it develops. Just the thought and the concept that it is there. You love it, even though you cannot consume it, touch it, feel it. You can feel it, but you cannot taste it. You cannot see it. You cannot hear it. But you know it's in your womb at the moment of conception. A star is in your constellation. The mother, the triple black womb of the goddess that's bringing it down into the physical and calling things that be not as though they were. You know it's there and you love it because it's you. And you will ride, die, fight, eat, steal, kill for it. Even if I didn't love myself, but I knew I loved my child enough not to do what was fucking done to me. Any woman that does it is a fucking animal, a beast that'll suck a nigga's dick and worship him and pay him and put him on a pedestal, but then fuck over and kill her own daughter and wish death upon her own daughter and put black magic spells on her own fucking daughter. That's an animal. And I don't respect it. And no matter what happens to me or what I go through, I've never done it to my child. Even when my child was on drugs and struggling in and out of jail, I never put my child out. I never took his key. I never told other people don't feed him or put him out. My mother started calling my grandmother, and everybody in the family said, don't take her in. And it was in the winter. It was in November, in October, November. It was in the winter here, 20, 30 degrees. And she told people. And my mother had a lot of money. Living in Buckhead, didn't want to see me have anything and laugh. Calling people I put my daughter out. I did this and that. Yeah, and you wonder why people never let their daughters or their children come spend the night at your house. You're telling them you brutalize and victimize and assault and batter your own children, commit felonies on your own children, and everybody keeps it secret. And then you wonder why people all of a sudden pull away from you and you have no friends and they don't even let you say hello to their children. Not even their puppies, bitch. Because you're a sick, animalistic ass, disgusting bitch. And people keep asking me for it, and you're absolutely right. And I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to release the book. I already wrote the book, Alexus K. Tyler, Vagina Power of My Life. And then that's a series that we're going into spiritual sexuality, fucking and sucking. And the art of fucking and making love to the dead that are yet still alive. Yes, I have a lot of things to give you, but I have to get well, and I have to sit with those things. I wrote that manuscript, and you know what? To be honest with you, I haven't looked at that manuscript in about 10 years because it's too painful. I'm comfortable talking to you right now, and I'm getting into the groove. Y'all are helping me get into the groove. You're putting the comments under my videos. You're writing me secret emails when I do your readings. I'm talking to you on the phone, and you all are telling me that you want to let me know you're not the only one, and you went through the same things and the terrible, sadistic, narcissistic, brutal, abusive childhood that I went through. And people thank me for sharing the story, and they're writing it, and they're saying they're crying when they're writing it, or they start to cry on the phone. I don't cry much anymore because I talk about it and I work through my pain, and I spend a lot of time alone. When people think it's funny or you're trying to say something's wrong with me, or well, you're not married, why are you not married? I will not be with a man for money. I will not be with a man for sex. I will not be with a man because I don't want to be alone and I don't want to look in the mirror. I want to marry me in a positive way and deal with the pain and be secure with me and my identity and who I am. I was born alone. I'm going to live this life alone, and I'm going to die, physically die alone when I'm ready to go, and yet still not be dead. I'll just put it this way. I see it this way. The body dies. When my body dies and when I'm ready for it to die and get up out of it and stop acting in this world, and I've delivered all my information, I know I have to work through that process by myself. That's why I'm not married. And I stay so busy now with all the souls that come in here. I would never get any sleep and I would never have time for myself because everybody always pulls on me. They pull on me in the house, they pull on me in my sleep, they pull on me when I'm awake. And then I have physical people trying to do it. And I have men trying to do it. I can't satisfy everybody. I only have one body. And I don't want to attract the type of men that I've attracted in the past and what my ex just did to me. And that's also my landlord around this house. I just thank God that he did not put me out. We did not have to fight in court. I know I would have won, but my body could not and my mind could not deal with the stress of that and just the horrific, heartbreaking betrayal this nigga did to me. But I will say that I'm still here for you all that followed me and donated me and helped me and fed me and kept me alive because he tried to put me out on Nipsey's anniversary, his third anniversary, March 31st, 2022. And as you can see, it is May. We're almost in June, and I still live here. You know, I'm not going to get too much into that, but I will say it's still some weird shit around that because I had already told you that he fell after Nipsey told me to put him out of here. And it's always situations around his ass. So I don't know what's going on with this nigga's ass chakra that Nipsey is trying to tell me. Just like he fell in here and shit and lost control of his asshole and his bowels and shit everywhere and couldn't get up. Well, he said he was not going to fix anything in here, even though he agreed to fix the shit and told the inspector she can just sue me. I don't really give a fuck. That's what insurance is for. And then what, like a week ago, almost 2 weeks ago, he sent Popcorn back over here. I said, why are you here, Popcorn? He said that he wasn't going to do anything, basically fuck me. He wasn't going to fix anything else. He didn't care how I felt about it and that you weren't coming back. I said, so why did you come back? He said he told me to come back. He was going to come back with me to make sure everything was fixed because he lied. He didn't fix all the holes in the attic and the ceiling and the roof. Rather, you can still see the holes in that video, even though it's dark. If you see any light spots in that video I put up like a week or two ago that looks like stars, those are holes because I'm standing in my hallway and they opened the attic door and the little light spots that look like stars, those are actually holes up there in that roof in the attic that he lied about fixing. So he hasn't been back. Popcorn hasn't been back yet. I don't know what's well no, I do kind of know what's going on. I just don't know where it's progressed. Popcorn says to me 2 weeks ago, oh yeah, he told me to go ahead. He said he wasn't, but he said go ahead and do it. He said he can't come. Herman fell again. I said, what happened? I because he hasn't even called me. I don't know what's going on. He said he was taking a bath. Some kind of way he lost his balance, fell, got knocked down in the fucking bathtub, broke his whole fucking tailbone and a section above it in the lumbar region of the spine. Had to get emergency surgery on his tailbone around his ass, and oh my god, the light just blinked when I said that, and the it looked like the rope. I have a rope. I'm sitting here in my room looking out in my hallway where the attic is, and there's a rope on it. It actually started to move a little bit, like some wind blowed on it. And oh my God, you know what? I'm not laughing. I don't think it's funny. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. And this is only since Nipsey has been in here. Um, What is this? I just looked down. The Trinity Time Travel Show was blocked. I don't know anything about that. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that's about. Um, you have to discuss it with my moderator because nobody's going to come in here and disrespect me and insult me or say slick shit out the mouth. You will be gone. So I don't know if it's something they did. You have to discuss it with the moderator. I don't even understand this. I just happened to look down right quick. But yeah, I was saying Nipsey told me to get him out of the house because he started saying sexual shit to me. He said, didn't I tell you that that's what he wanted? And I told Nipsey he was lying. That's not true. And he was like, he's no good. He's already hurt you. He just wants to use you and hurt you and jam you in here. And he came, and when he started saying it, he didn't know Nipsey was listening. He said, didn't I tell you that? And I'm saying to myself, please don't. That he said, get him out. And I said, okay, I'm trying to talk and get him out. And he says, well, I'm gonna go. And he goes, and I said, "Phew, that was a close one." And then he comes back. This was like last year, a year ago. He comes back, and I like 30 minutes later, and I'm like, "What are you doing back?" And he's looking at me, and he's like, "You better not open the door." And I was just like, "I can't." He said he has to use the bathroom, and I said, "Well, why you didn't use the bathroom? You've been gone like 20 minutes. There's a lot of restaurants up the street." No, I wanted to come back here and use it, and he was like, "I told you not to open the door, but if you open it again, okay." And so I'm just like, I can't just leave him outside like that. And I just thought he was gonna pee. Next thing I know, he usually pees like he's in there 5 minutes. He comes out. He always uses the same bathroom. And since that happened to him, when he comes in here to fix stuff or bring people over here, he will not go in the bathroom. He will not even stand in the bathroom. He won't even wash his hands in the bathroom. And he has not used the bathroom in there since he fell and kept getting up. And when he get up, he fall again in his own shit. And I just heard him hollering. I've been here almost 20 years and that never happened. And then my daddy hates him. So I don't know if they went in there and double teamed him. And he just said he couldn't get up. His knees kept giving out on him. And then I guess his knees done gave out on him again. Like when he was talking about fuck me, he wasn't gonna fix shit in here. He was gonna leave it like it was. And then they was like, okay, my daddy. And it was like, okay. And then, I mean, I'm not going to get into everything they said. All I know is the nigga was at his own house. Nigga fell just like popcorn fell through the damn attic up there and bust my damn son bedroom ceiling over because Nipsey talking about he wasn't shit neither. And they wasn't no damn good. They was plotting on me and trying to set me up and jam me up and shit. And next thing I know, boom, the nigga fell through the attic. Tell me he touched a soft spot in the goddamn attic and fell all the way like look. What are y'all in here arguing? You know what? Oneness, Eric, Rael, y'all are on. Y'all, I'm gonna put y'all on punishment. My hippie, y'all up there laughing. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about calling and shaking him on. The nigga done fell again. And you know, goddamn, if he fell in the bathtub, you know, that's hard. It must have been, I don't know what kind of bathtub or made fell again around in his ass region. Like, I don't know what Nipsey trying to, I don't know if this nigga's a dick. So I don't know, man. Or his root chakra block. Why that man keep. Then again, the other one fell like his ass and shit, lost control of it and fell through the damn ceiling. I want to tell y'all, it's just weird things. And now I know it's not a coincidence because it's three falls. Popcorn fell in the house one time. My ex fell in the house one time. That's the second time. Now he done fell another time outside the house in his bathtub and broke his damn ass bone and a part of the spine that, like he said, what the L5 or something. That's in the lumbar region low. I think it might be also above. Broke it. Didn't like fracture it. Broke them up. I guess maybe that's why I ain't seen him. He can't walk on that stick. Maybe at all. He got his ass muscle got the bone around it. Got the heel infused back. You know what? I'm gonna leave this alone. God damn. This is what's been going on over here, y'all. Why you think I be talking about I'm tired? Man, I had to take a break already trying to healing my body from this mold poisoning. We wouldn't fix that. And then on top of that, these random ass these accidents with these niggas that come in here around their ass and they butt and they booty and stuff. I don't look. Oh wow. But you know that controls the first chakra in sex and his hip joints and his hip socket. So he probably gonna have to be rehabilitated around their ass and hip bone and leg to walk again because he always, I don't know, something. Okay, something is attacking these people around their ass, around their dick and nuts when they come in my house. I don't know why from the hip down, around their dick and ass, they get assaulted and like get battery. Some spirits or some gets committing battery on them. Yeah, I track they getting it back. It's assault when they come in here. And then it follow them out of here. Like it follow him out. This shit be scaring. Yeah, rehab. Now he got to rehab his asshole. and his tailbone around his dick and nut and hip and leg. So I guess it's maybe I don't know why he's committing assault and battery on these people from the waist down, around their ass. I don't okay. I don't know what the fuck it is. I just know it's male and it's probably my dad too, cause he don't like people abusing me. I don't know if my grandmama done tagged up in this shit. Y'all, I'm not lying. Y'all think I'm not cracking jokes. I'm being serious. This shit has happened in my house. Two men have been brutally assaulted and battered in my house, and it's not funny. Yeah, you're right. I was saying was pulling my body because that's my ex, and he used to abuse me and hurt me. And then he brings his friends over there, and they had fixed stuff going along with him. So I guess these souls in here said, "Nigga, all y'all can get it, goddamn, because we know y'all couldn't, because they can hear them talking." All I know is Popcorn was down at the bottom of the step whispering to him. I don't know what he was telling Popcorn, but Nipsey and everybody else in here heard that shit. But me, I seen him whisper, but I couldn't understand. And then I started getting a bad feeling. Next thing I know, the nigga walk up the steps, pull the attic door down, walk up in there. I didn't hear all of it. I just know he came around the corner sweating real bad and hopping. Like his leg was having sweat on his leg, some kind of trash and shit. Trash and shit stuck in his leg and debris on his leg. Like his boot, he was wearing a construction boot, was leaning over. Was the sock was dirty. He just said, "Ooh, I just fell." I said, "What?" I didn't see it in here. And I said, "Well, where?" He talking about, "I don't know. I fell. I don't know what I fell in or what ceiling I fell in. I might have fell in the living room." I said, "Damn, 2 stories down. How the fuck you go out?" And I went down and I said, "Popcorn, ain't no hole in here in the living room." He had like he didn't know where the fucking hole was. I didn't know till like a day or two later when he had eased my son's bedroom door closed. I opened it. It was that hole was big as hell. I put it up there in my community farm so I could see that shit. Uh, yeah, and like it's just weird because I'm telling you, and this never happened to me until after I started reading Nipsey and the other peoples came in here. You know, King Von and my dad was already here. My daddy hated him. It's like I guess nobody had the nerve that was living in here. Nobody had the nerve to push that man. I mean, I don't know if he gave them the courage to do that shit. All I'm saying is maybe it's a coincidence. I'm not direct accusing them. I'm just saying that when the nigga came in here, that's when the shit jumped off and got real motherfucking raw. God damn it. When they came from LA to the goddamn dirty south, niggas started getting jumped on with invisible hands, getting feet and legs, kneed all in the ass, and losing control of their kneecaps and shit. I'm just saying that I just noticed that that's when this shit started happening. Like, and niggas started getting threatened in here in the astral. So I'm like talking to them, and then I'm all of y'all laughing going into punishment. I'm telling you right now, you're going to face the wall in the corner because this shit is be like fucking me up. And I'm hearing him saying that he was going to assault that man. Look, I'm hearing my daddy said that he was going to do it with feet and legs. I mean, I'm hearing them say several of them in here had came up here and started talking to me in my bedroom. And then when the nigga was in here, they said they was going to put knees and elbows and feet and legs and hands on him. You better get him out of here. I'm trying to get the man out of here. But I don't want to just say, get out. I'm trying. Yeah. You know, I'm just listening. Yeah, the doctor said my dick could get hard. I could have sex again. Oh, and there was about 3 of them. Like, they was like talking about double and triple teaming him. And I was just like trying to. I said, that's good. Okay. Well, can me and you get? No, I don't think. We can talk about it later on. And then I got to straighten up. Well, okay, I got to go. And I'm saying, then they like get, and they was gritting, like gritting their teeth and talking about, it was some just all niggas. It was all niggas. And my dad was in it and talking about they was going to knee and jump all on that man. They start gathering up like a gang and shit. And I heard it, and they was looking at me growling like some wolfuses up in here, like a pack of wolfers up in here. And then I got him out and I said, ooh, it's a close call. Then start cussing me out because I had let him in here. And I ain't saying to my dad. I'm not gonna disrespect or argue with my daddy. So I wasn't looking at him. He was mad as hell. Nigga balling his fist. And he had some permanent toe shoes. And he was gonna kick the man with some permanent toe shoes. So I didn't want to tell on my daddy. But I'm just telling y'all now. The shit be going on. It be just wild in here. And they was in a group downstairs in a circle talking about how they were gonna beat that man ass and jump him and knock him down and stomp. Oh shit! I guess he didn't get the message because the nigga doubled back. Not back. About 20 minutes later, talking about he want to use my bathroom and not the public bathroom. Now, none of them went over to got that man address on them goddamn underworld streets and Astro Street and went over there and kicked. Look, all I'm saying to y'all, maybe it's a coincidence, okay? You ain't have to put the wolf emojis. You're going to get in punishment too. Because I'm just telling y'all the weird things. I'm about scared to let a nigga come over here on a date. You see what I'm saying? I'm scared to cook for a nigga because I'm scared to go out because the niggas will follow me out of here. they follow. My grandmama, all of them, they follow me. They listen to my... oh, boy. You know what? That's another story. I think I'm going to do private classes, because they do. They follow everybody around. You probably just don't know they do it. Or if somebody puts a curse or spell on you, you need to watch it because they will have their entities in your house, listen to you, and then they'll go back and report. But there are also ones that are your ancestors you probably don't know about because you're not feeding them, you're not loving them, you're not talking to them, you don't have their authors up there, you're not even lighting a candle to put a glass of water or their favorite drink up there. So you don't know that they're in there and that they're following you around. And they know what's going on. They know your pain. They know your pleasure. They know who means you no good. And all of a sudden, people break up with you or mistreat you or beat your ass to make you come to reality. You think it's a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. It's a good thing. They're trying to warn you and tell you what's going on. So Nipsey was giving me this and showing me this list. And these people have gun lessons, have professional security, so no gang members can't run up in there. Nobody can brutalize them or break into their houses. All these lawyers, these doctors, these DA, they control the doctor's offices, the lawyers, the teachers, anybody that's successful in this world, in those arenas, they're in the secret orders. You're not going to make money and go higher. I'm asking you, she keeps putting a link here, and I'm asking you to donate and support what I do. If you don't, I can't keep coming over here and staying. These things are organized and their weapons are organized and they like torture as well. And unfortunately, black people, so-called black people and people of color worldwide are on the receiving end of the brutalization, and they are the food for the people that stay on top with the flesh and the blood that keeps them going. To go into the reading, because that shit that he's saying, it's so much he's saying to me that it bothers me to even get. You all don't realize how much danger we're in and why so many of our people have gotten murdered and butchered. And that goes back to this young man who was butchered, and his mother asked me to look into this. What's so sad about this is I'm mad at him because he started to talk to me and he said he knows he's physically dead. He's standing on the other side. He has not left the earth realm. He doesn't want to leave the earth realm. He said he made a promise not to tell on her and to protect her and to take care of her because he is so fucked up about a lot of his childhood issues with his mother. He's showing me that there is drug addictions, prostitutions, and pain that he saw, and a lot of woundings, and the mother being in and out of his life, running back and forth out of his life. He's very hurt and wounded and wanted to love his mother, and it always hurt him because his mother didn't love him and didn't want him. I'm not talking about the one who had me do the reading. I'm talking about the birth mother that left him and didn't want him. He's still in love with her. There's a part, and it reminds me of what Nipsey said and what other women said. They have mother issues. So many times if they have a mother issue that's unresolved and the mother didn't balance it, they love the mother but resent and hate the mother at the same time. Or they might have thought the mother was beautiful, and then they will find a woman that reminds them of the mother, even though the woman ain't shit and is a fucking prostitute and a goddamn whore. they will feel some comfort like they're bonding with the biological mother that is not fucking there. The mother is internal within them in their DNA, but there's a break of consciousness, a break of science, a break of nurturing and love, and there's a supreme wounding, but at the same time, they know it's their mother and they long for her and they cry for her and they think that gives them comforting or some type of psychic bonding to that mother because they'll attract a woman that reminds them of her with their look or their energy, not realizing when you're reconnecting with that energy of the mother, she's going to abandon, assault, batter, abuse you, lie on you, fuck other niggas on you, pull you into shit that you don't want. And she's going to be a representation of everything the mother is that you hate, but portions of the biological mother that you love and you want love from her. He's still stuck on his mother and working through the shit with his mother because his biological mother that left him with the lady, the stepmother that has me to read him. So I want to make it very clear it's not her so that you won't think that or say crude things to her in the chat. It's not her. She's the one that tried to love him and be a mother, but a part of him was upset with her and rejected her. And she loved him and respected him more than the biological one. That's a piece of shit, junkie, dick sucking, crackhead bitch that walked away that's now trying to grieve the son that she fucking abandoned with his real father. This lady that had me to do the reading is with his real father. And I talked to dad, who was also in and out, and he's in pieces about this because they started to make amends before he was murdered. He was close to his father and his brother. And so he's telling me this. And I said, you fucking what? You're not going to tell? You didn't tell on her? He's like, I didn't tell on her because I wanted to protect her. She had beat me up and assaulted me, and I let her do it because a part of him, he said he also felt like he deserved it because his mother abandoned, abused, and walked away and felt like she didn't love him and didn't want him. So he's trying to bond with that, but he's bonding in a wounded way, in an abusive way, the same way the mother did it to him. He said a part of him, he thought he loved her. He thought she was beautiful. She was exciting. She was fun. It was like she was engaging him on a childhood level. There, she's engaging the wounded inner child, not him as a man. And he said, she let me fuck her and she let me fuck other bitches with her. And we would get on the weed. We would get on the perk, and we would do the lean. We were selling weed. We were selling pills. We were selling it's like the lean, the Molly, and the weed. And he said, I'm telling you now, she did it to me. He thinks that by him telling me on this side, it's safer for her. He's still trying to protect her from jail. He's trying to protect her from other felonies she committed. And he said that she would let women, he said, and even older women. He fucked older women, he fucked younger ones. This guy, from what I'm saying, is a sweetheart. He's slim, chocolate, but a nice looking guy with a beautiful smile. A lot of women liked him and wanted to fuck him, and they wanted money from him because they know that he's the type of nigga that would take care of you. Even if he's fucking you and you're part of fucking him and his woman, he's going to take care of you and look out for you. But the woman, Alexus, is very treacherous. I wonder what sign she is. I don't know her birthday. Dirty and low down. It had to be all about her, and she's going to control the women. She's going to control the scenario. Just like I told y'all, she was a whore last night. And my assistant sent me the picture of her on OnlyFans, her legs gapped open with a white woman or something sitting behind her with her legs gapped open. They both fuck bitches together. And I see her on the Molly just humming this song or moaning. She liked the way this bitch eat her pussy. She liked to get on the Molly and they get high. And it's her and two other bitches. They get in a group sex, a lesbian fest where they just eating each other ass out. It just smells just like hot pussy and funk all in the room because then they're sweating and fucking and sucking each other. Damn eyelashes coming off, damn glue coming off the wig, baby hair standing up that ain't real any motherfucking way, lipstick off. She called herself in love with this woman, the way this woman eat her all out of her ass and dig her finger out and in her G-spot and stick all kind of dicks and fingers in there and lick her ass, let her come all out her ass and let a nigga fuck her. Oh, they be having big fun, baby. They in there fucking and sucking each other and digging down each other booty and fingering each other all in the ass while she eating her out her cat. Oh man, this bitch is in heaven. Goddamn booty beads, goddamn pussy beads. And then niggas come, they pay them to do that and watch them and got them on tape. I know I said something about some tape last night, but I didn't know it was on OnlyFans. I said, goddamn, the real. She said, I told you she was a hoe. I said, thank you for confirming that shit, because I've seen her with these bitches on bitches and chicks on chicks with dicks. They do all kinds of shit. And they fuck with niggas that also like to fuck with men and fuck transsexual chicks with dicks. They do any kind of thing. They be on the high, on the powder, on the coke. Like this, y'all, just another thing. It's another drugs coming out here that's killing people. Y'all need to watch, and diseases, other than the diseases coming out. She's fucking bitches. He's laying there. He said, wow. I mean, I didn't want to mess that up, because I know a lot of women don't do that. I mean, it's probably more than I thought, but I'm in heaven. Then she let me come into bed. I'm fucking, I'm sticking dick. I'm eating pussy. They sucking my dick. It's might be 2 or 3 bitches taking turns. I mean, I'm loving it. And they sell my dope for me. And they set niggas up for me. And she bring bitches to me. And I take care of her real good. Whatever she want, or her mama, anything, I give it to her. He said, now, part of me want her to get away with this. Want her to be safe. I don't want to see her suffer. I mean, that's what's making me mad about him. And then he even knows that some other niggas help her set him up. And this is also gang related. This is a family. This is a gang. They're very violent. They fight each other. They're against each other. They're all about making money, selling each other out. And a lot of jealousy towards him. And he was the younger when there was an older man involved here. The mother even showed me a picture of a guy that looked just like I said, stocky, kind of heavy set, light skin, from motherfucking Miami, goddamn it, but live in Atlanta. I showed the Atlanta connection. That blew my mind when I woke up this morning and she showed it to me. She's not saying he had anything to do with it, but I'm seeing, oh, the light just blinked. I'm seeing that he does know him, and he does know her, and fuck her. Anybody can really fuck her. She's the type of bitch that if the price is right, you can fuck me, you can get with me. If you ain't fucking me, I don't care who you are or how cute you are, she automatically gets turned off. If it ain't money and you ain't want to fuck me and play and let my girlfriends play with you, well, we can split this money and we can tag team it in this playhouse. And it looks like she's got a mistress. She's a part of a call girl. It's an older woman. She comes up very vicious and very cutthroat, and she has to show as a Queen of Swords as well as a Queen of Wands. I wonder if they're Sagittarius or they're Aries or Leos here, because it's a lot of fire and passion and emotion. And I'm sorry, the passion and fire is not towards the young man that was murdered, that she murdered him and stabbed. He said he had to get her off of him. Her girlfriend saw this, and other guys saw her kick and punch him, and he would let her do it. He said it was some type of agreement where he felt like he deserved to be punished and he wasn't worth anything. He submitted himself to her because of his mother. You don't know how people take it and how they take abuse. I used to take abuse like that when I was growing up, or when I got in a relationship with men, because I felt like I deserved it and I wasn't nothing because of the way my mother abused us and did us. It's a vicious cycle to break, and you have to see the connection and the link and be ready to let that go, and not have so much self-loathing and hatred you let a lover do that. And that was his issue around women, and his birth mother that did that and told him he was nothing. And even though he made all of that money, he felt better, and he saw how women would bow down to him when he made that money. But they thought he was cute anyway. But then he had the money. He felt like I had power. I have a tool. I can exchange a form of currency to get what I want to make women want to be with me and love me. Even though he felt deep inside of him, it wasn't really love. And he knew this lady, Alexus, that stabbed him, didn't love him, because she would scream at him. She would put deadlines and pressure on him. You're going to have this amount of money, that amount of money. We're going to set this nigga up. He's telling it now on the other side. He said that she helped him set up and rob and murder a drug dealer that might have been their friend or their associate. This bitch is no fucking good. And the bitches, and some of them are older than her, that taught her how to do this, and madams and prostitutes that taught her how to do this. She runs with a robbing crew that is over the sex crew and the prostitution and the drugs they do. They protect them to do this dirty shit because they give it to the madams, they give it to the handlers, they give it to the men, and they're protected by very vicious, violent gang members. That's what and they travel Atlanta, Tennessee, Miami, LA. There are different states they travel to where the prostitution and the stripping and where it's easy to con. And he said the lean is big business. The weed is big business. And I saw something that reminded me like a blue, or they called this weed some type of blue, or I don't know if it's blue. Hey, something's got blue in it. It looks blue, or it's some word connected to it that reminds them of something really high grade, but it's a hybrid weed. It comes from LA, and it's very powerful. It's stronger than the regular weeds. You make a lot of money off that. And the blue pill, this what's this perk? Is they got different colors of the perk. He's saying. He said I like the yellow sometimes. He said, but a lot of people had demand was the blue. So I asked the father about it. He said the blue one is stronger than the yellow and the other perks they got. But I told me to be careful because a lot of this is not even real. It's synthetic, and they will deliberately give that synthetic one to a nigga they don't like, or bitch they don't like, or when they want to kill a motherfucking Rob. And they'll say, oh, he just died. We don't know what happened to him, or he died in his sleep. He is saying this girl knows his secrets, and she told him, if you tell on me and what I did to you, and I jumped on you and I stabbed you, and people that saw it, they're not going to tell. I would tell about your drug dealing, your brother, and these other females that know about it. And I would tell about that man that you helped me set up and that man that was murdered. See, I'm trying to tell you both of them, and I hate to say this about this young man, but I looked at his face. And even though he is slim like that, this guy is very strong, and that nigga carries a fucking gun. And I'm telling you, this nigga has killed. I see murder on his face. I hate to say this, and he had to do it. I'm not saying he liked to go around and murder people, but because of the lifestyle that they're in, he had to protect her, protect himself. But this girl was good at telling him niggas that we can go rob. I fucked him. I was in the house. I walked around the house while he was asleep. I looked, there's a safe in this room. This is the layout of the house. We're gonna go set this nigga up. And then tell the other niggas and the bitches to do it. And it's tied to strip clubs as well, strippers and prostitutes. A lot of them do stuff like this, and they're protected by gang members that are also pimps that are very violent. She's dealing with people that are wanted, that are convicted felons, that have been in the Fed time. That, I mean, you know what? This shit is so much. This shit is so much. She set him up, and her group, her gang, the drug dealers, the murderers, and the thieves, and are in this. And I see animals again near this. I forgot to ask the mom, did anybody have animals, or did her son know anybody have animals or fighting dogs or kennels? Because they're also tied to the drug operation. He had secrets. He didn't want his real mother, well, not his real mother, but the mother that I'm doing this for. He didn't want her in it, and he wouldn't tell her a lot of stuff. He pushed away from her, and he got angry when she attacked him about why you let this girl do this to you, because he's saying, I, how is he trying to say this to me right now? Like, he felt like she was too good to know. He didn't want the mother that contacted me to know. He was ashamed and embarrassed how he would get, see, how do I say this? It's some people, some women that like to get with a man that beat them and fuck, and while they fucking them and choking them and assault them and put them down, that makes them feel good and they'll stay. And there are some men that are secretly fine, make a lot of money, and a woman that love them, they think it's too nice and slow. They'll fuck all over him and get with a woman that got crazy pussy. She used to talk to him and get up in his face and scream at him and hit him. And I hate to tell you, I know this is twisted, but a part of him like that shit. As well as she would go to readers and do black magic on this man. And do it on other people too to get her way and get her money, because she's dealing with witches that are also prostitutes. That's how a lot of prostitutes and drug dealers get away with stuff, because they're either initiated in EFA or other secret black magic societies, and they get protection, have demons on them, and they control men and manipulate men, and men are weak for them and can't control and help themselves, and they fuck them and get them all their money, and they set them up and fucking rob them, and they don't even want to tell or do anything about it. This man was already born of a biological mother that's a whore. And look at it, he got involved with a whore and her fucking mama. And then she's moving away from this, trying to ease away with this with her mama and trying to travel. I don't know if she's in Tennessee right now, but I see her got traveling on her mind and moving around and still doing the same thing, tricking men and trying to move away from this situation. There's a powerful woman in the courts. I don't know if she has a female lawyer as well as a male lawyer. They're covering her now, protecting her and telling her what to say or what not to say, and ease away from the situation. We'll take care of it, and we're going to make sure that you don't go to jail, even travel or move. She's thinking about relocating and trying to start somewhere else to avoid this murder being pinned on her. The young man is telling me that she did do it, and he let her do it. And a part of him, and he needs to wake the fuck up, because he don't want nothing bad to happen to her. And I hope he realizes now where he is. And he said, now I'm telling it to you because I see what happened to me, and I see where I am, and I see she wasn't going to die for me. or let me jump her and the niggas that was around her, the bitches around her, they would have immediately set me up and had me killed or had me beaten up or arrested because she knows all my secrets. She knows about my drug business and the empire I'm talking about. And this young nigga was a motherfucking young money getter. This nigga got money because I'm seeing it's like between $200,000 and $300,000 this guy had on when he was supposedly cleaning the Airbnb. She robbed him because he gave her access to it and she was taking it. And you like she was pimping him like he was a female and a motherfucking prostitute. Her and another nigga she fucking a light skinned nigga that stocky built of several niggas and several bitches. Took it and split it with them. He's like, bitch, you owe me and you gonna give me this motherfucking money. And they exchange for them, protecting them and making sure you don't go to jail. This is the kind of dirty shit I'm seeing. And I saw she was mad because women liked him because he had an easy way about him. And many times men that are abused by somebody like that and abused by their lover, they're really easygoing and they're soft and they really are wounded and heartbroken. A part of him didn't like it, but a part of him felt like he deserved it. And if that's what'll keep you with me and I'll be with me and I'm going to take care of you. But I know it sounds, I hate to say that to his stepmom that loves him more than his real mom. This is what he's telling me. And this is what he felt. And people couldn't understand. Then she had his mind fucked up because he was weak-minded when it came to her. Or when it came to women, period. But he liked women. There's other older women that liked him and wanted to take care of him and be with him and would have loved him. And she let that lady fuck that boy. And she fell in love with him. It was several women that were older than him. Some of them still in their 20s, like him. But one like they was in their 30s, might have been a little bit older. And they do these blindfold games. This bitch with that other bitch she be fucking that's on that picture with. And another one, they do these blindfold games. They blindfold niggas like they finna play a little sexual game or tie niggas up. Next thing you know, the nigga getting beat in his nose, beat in his eye, beat in his mouth, tied up, naked. Took pictures or put it on film, nigga, if you tell, like sexual extortion, sextortion, and to be older men that like young women, attractive women, and then take their fucking money and rob them and have their address, nigga, we got your address, we got your driver's license, we got a copy of it. You ain't gonna these be like people that don't want nobody to know because they're high ranking, even some white men, they've done this too, Latin men. I mean, really, bitch, all races, they are equal opportunity motherfucking fucker up, goddamn it, it really don't matter. All y'all can get it because she basically let them know. You can read them screenshots I sent you. You know, if you ain't got no money, I ain't got no time, don't say nothing to me, don't talk to me. I'm used to being taken care of and treated a certain way. You really not going to be taken care of. You ought to be glad that the bitch don't look your direction, okay? Because if she do, you getting robbed and you getting fucked up and you might get a disease and some bad dope that had your ass going to the motherfucking hospital. Just like they did him. And then extort them and have niggas come to their house and threaten them that are very vicious and violent and will cut their fucking head off and put their body somewhere else. This is the type of female that this is. And she's in a robbing crew where these people helped her. And I see he's so charming. I see him approaching. He's talking to an older woman and he's talking to her so soft, so kind and polite. He's like he's whispering sweet nothings. I'll do this for you. I'll give you that. And the nigga will go in his pocket and do that shit. He was real generous and then stick hard, stiff, goddamn black dick to him. Like he could, you know, a long distance fucker, goddamn. He might fuck him all night. You all right? You thirsty? You need something? Just a charming goddamn hoe. A hoe and a damn gentleman. He ain't the type that just gonna like fuck him. If he like him and not speak to him, he might not commit because he committed to that bitch and what she say. And he got to cut it off when she fucking say if she know about that shit and that shit getting deep. But he'll give money, pay their bills. Take him shop. He just didn't want nobody in there being. He'll keep it on the low because that fucker crazy. And he let that bitch jump on him and shit. And people was begging him to leave her alone. Men and women that loved him was begging him to leave her the fuck alone. And he went fucking listen like that bitch had a hold of his mind. Had his mind in a jar. Had somebody doing spells on that goddamn man. An older woman look Spanish or had black or mix or something. Had her pull that shit on him down there in Miami. Had that man cross up and in Atlanta. Where that man couldn't goddamn help himself. And I see him smiling. He got a pretty smile like his teeth is just shining and glistening, goddamn it. Like he got diamonds in his mouth and golds in his mouth. And they like that because the little boy was cute. The young man was cute and clean and had some good dick on him with some big rolls of money in both pockets, goddamn it. Whatever you want, he know how to get that shit. You might have your door open, the nigga got some shit on your door. Who sent? Oh, such and such told me. Okay then. Yeah, that's the kind of guy he was. and still is. And now, oh God, what the fuck? He's listening now. He done fucking started crying because his heart is broken, and now he's starting to realize what he's done. I really hope that he comes around and he really realizes how he sacrificed himself for her, and don't let her get away with this because she's going to come into some more trouble, and eventually she's going to get caught on drug charges, prostitution, gang, stalking, extortion, violence. This is going to come up somewhere else, and it might be in another state with this other crew and these niggas she's protecting that said that that was such a good man. He didn't deserve that. And I hope he sees that and he wakes up and stop wishing her well. He's been over there to the house. The house looks like a mess. It's been ramshacked and shit wherever she really fucking lives. And she's talking about getting out and panicking and trying to move or move anything of his or change the narrative or make it look like she had nothing to do with that to save herself. That's all she's concerned about, traveling with this crew, making money, setting niggas up. She doesn't care about anybody but herself, and she's a drug addict. She might have something, like a disease, infection or something. And she ain't right in the mind definitely to do some shit like that. Look, I'm going to take a lunch break. And if you wanted to love me and support me, you can do it. And then I'll decide. I mean, he has to work through forgiving himself, Care Bear. I'm sure he's working through that now because he's with me and he's a very gentle soul, a very hurt and wounded, deep soul and heartbroken. And he's just starting to figure it out by listening to me. As I'm talking, I said, "You what? What the fuck?" And I said, "Ooh, let me shut up because I don't want to make him mad and leave." So I asked Nipsey, "Would you please step in because you understand and you're a man." He probably knows who you are. He will listen to you. And so I said, because it pissed me off. So I started to cuss and ask, you let this dirty bitch get away with murdering you. And I see that she had beat him before and hit him in the head and punched him. And he was at a loss. Sometimes he would hurt about it. And he didn't like it. He was being tortured and abused. And he was in so much pain. This happened to him before. And he was trying to fight her off of him. But then it was like her and a group of him was ganging up and telling him he better not do that. He better not tell nobody. These people really weren't his friend and was jealous of him. They stole money from him too. They wanted to cover this. He was her lover and she was fucking another nigga that rushed in that's very violent that helped her do this and helped her cover, and it shows they were traveling, which would mean they'd be at the Airbnb. They were not at home. They were in another place. And they got that call from her and she did that and they were arguing. She was attacking him. It was about a woman accusing him of a woman and that cell phone. That cell phone and about his money and drugs and what she accused him of doing or giving to someone else because they had some type of party or some type of gathering over there. She can be the center of attention and eat pussy and suck dick and do acrobats and shit, but don't want let him fuck and play and sell dope and get money, but don't want him to be out there really be interested in another woman to leave because he thought about the older woman he was dealing with leaving for her and she was like, nigga, I'll kill you. Uh-huh. I will really fucking kill you. And that bitch don't know who she fucking play. I'll go over there and shoot her house, shoot up her house and have somebody, I'll shoot that bitch. And have my gang around and get away with it because they'll watch the house when I go in and when I come out, we'll stage that shit. Find that bitch burn up somewhere. You know how the fuck we get down, bitch ass nigga. You said and hit that man in his face. This is the kind of shit that I saw going on. And he's like, my phone. I had a phone with a card. I wondered, does this lady have one of his phones or access to the phone? Did they share a phone where she took his messages? She was reading this man's messages behind his back or cloned the goddamn phone. It's something about these phones, he said, are hidden on these phones and in these texts. And they had a major organization that moved from different states. And Atlanta is one of the states he mentioned. And Nipsey said Riverdale, Decatur, downtown Atlanta. What he said, Zone 3, Zone 4, Zone 3, Zone 4. Magic City, Blue Flame. I'm just wondering someplace called purple onion or something, and she uh he's showing me these strip places and with the drugs and that are tied in. It's a major operation going on down here in Atlanta with the light skinned guy, older, looked like he's half black and Cuban or Dominican or something like that. It's two of them, and one of them's younger. Yes, and now he's crying. He's upset. His heart is broken because he like, I sacrificed myself for her. I sacrificed myself for my mother and the love I did not get. And that's just telling me he loves his mother, which is twisted to me. You love your mother, but they see, I used to be him. I used to be there. But then he pushed his stepmom away that took care of him since he was a little boy and would do anything. She loved him because she was married to his father. And not just that, she just loved him like her own child. That's the one that contacted me, because when she contacted me, it was weird. I hope she doesn't get mad at me because, I'm sharing this, but she's like, you read me before, and I know you're the real deal. And I seen what you did for Nipsey and Young Dolph and King Von, and I need to talk to you. And when she got on the phone with me the other night, I was like, whoa, 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 because he started saying something else. I said, you're his mother? And she was like, yeah, I'm trying to listen to her say I'm his mom. And then he jumping in. I said, wait. I said, did you raise? Because he said you didn't raise him. Did you leave your baby? Did you leave this boy? You did this because he's saying, but I realized it wasn't him talking about her. He was talking about the other one, but he was saying too, no, she wasn't with me all the time. I don't know her. And I thought he was attacking her. And I said, what's going on here? I don't, because you're telling me one thing and I don't know. I said, why is he telling me another thing, that you're not his mom, or you wasn't there all the time and you don't know? And she's, that's when she admitted it. Because I'm like, wait a minute, you're talking to me and you love him, and I believe you love him, and I'm sensing you're deeply concerned, but this man is saying something else. What the fuck is this? You're a no good bitch. You left him. What the fuck is going on? Because he's telling me. But and then she says, no, this is what it is. His real fucking mom left him. And I couldn't get to him all the time because I didn't have custody or jurisdiction. I said, oh, so I'm getting it twisted here, but I'm really not getting it twisted. Because I didn't know that. And he's telling me the shit, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. He is telling me about the other mother ain't shit, and you weren't there and you didn't love me, and it's not her. Sometimes they're telling the story, but if I don't know, like the three-dimension story, he's telling the truth, but it's confusing to me because I don't know the two moms here. So I'm like, why is he saying this about you? Are you telling me one thing, you're not shit? And I'm getting mad at her. Cause I'm like, what the fuck is, what did he say? You left? And she was like, it wasn't me. And he has two moms. I said, oh, okay. Cause he said he pushed you away and he was upset. She said he did because I was trying to tell him, leave that bitch alone. And she was going to kill him. He said that was a lie and he didn't want her to know his lifestyle and everything. I said, he sold drugs. He was selling, well, weed. I said, no. There were pills, there was lean, there was coke with the fentanyl. And there's a lot of violence and gang violence in this. She said, I don't know nothing about that. He wouldn't tell me that. And she was like, let me call the daddy. I said, hi, daddy, I'm sorry for your loss. I said, do you know what I'm talking about? He said, I know what you're talking about. That's true. And he said, don't matter now. They can't do nothing to him because he's not physically here. I said, oh, he's still here. Because that's how I know about them eating pussy. And he watching bitches eat pussy. And they both sucking his dick. And this nigga's in heaven. And then he watching his girlfriend getting a rim job. This bitch legs bucked open. Think this the best pussy eating she had with a beautiful bitch digging in her ass. And then they let him come in and he sticking dick in both of them, goddammit. And then that shit, they even brought an older woman in there. Let bitch, we can make you young again, bitch. We can stick dick in you too. And eat your cat, bitch, because you look young, bitch. I'm watching all that. I said, nigga, what he talking about? I said, goddamn, I guess if I was a nigga, I'd like a bitch like that too. But the violence, the violence in his real mother. Look, Miss C, you going in punishment. Talking that man, knee gave out. And a couple weeks ago, the nigga knees gave out again in the bathtub. Slipped, fell, and broke his ass bone and up all in the, you know what? I'm not going to do this with y'all. All I'm just saying to y'all is shit be happening. Weird shit. And maybe it's a coincidence. I don't even want to use the word coincidence no more. Because the way this shit goes down over here. Yes, it's two mothers. Thank you. The mother, hi, Ethiopian World Federation. It said that no, the mother that contacted me did not abuse him. She did not leave him. She took care of him like a mother should have. His biological mother was abusive to her children, left all her children doing drugs, fucking, sucking dick, and it just ran away and left them. Left them. This is not the one that asked me to do the reading. No, I didn't even know that. I was talking. I thought this was the biological mother. He starts talking, and she's telling me one thing. He's telling me not to look. Tell me the goddamn truth, cause look, I don't know what the fuck. I believe him. Goddamn it. I don't think I'm crazy. I believe it's him here. He's telling me this, something now. What the fuck is going on? Please don't lie to me. Please tell me what's going on, because every time you say something, he jumps in. No, it's this, and she left. And did you leave him? What's going on here? And she said, no, I didn't leave him. I didn't do it. He's talking about his biological mom. He's angry, but it makes me upset. You angry at her, but then you love your mother. I don't know what his real mother looks like, but then you're not angry at this woman that just took your life, your physical life, and you're standing outside of the body shaking. Not because he's scared, but because he's cold. Because you don't have the warm body and the warm blood anymore. And it's leaking out of him. Then he says, she cut my artery. She nicked my artery. It's in the middle of my chest. It's underneath. It says under, and his bone was cracked. He says under the crack, the cracked bone, they cracked. I don't know if she kicked him or knocked him down, and he cracked the bone, as well as I'm sure they did surgery. They did it in the front and the chest. They had the crack. He said they cracked. It's up under there in the middle, underneath all that blood in the organ. He said she nicked my artery. I started bleeding rapidly from the artery. So I'm listening to this, and I'm just like, I'm asking the mom, like, why is he saying that shit? Then she told me the truth. She didn't fight me on it. She didn't argue. That's a lie. You're crazy. She didn't do that. She said, no, this is what it is. She's talking about his real mom. I said, oh, where is she? He said, she said she's been all over the place. Since he got grown, she tried to talk to him. I don't know if she tried to apologize and fix it, but they did start back talking. But he was devastated by that. And he's still devastated by it. And that's what led up to letting this bitch, this no good ass, raggedy ass bitch do this shit. Yes, yes, Care Bear. You're absolutely right. He can't get any peace. How are you going to get... I hate it when people do that, and I know you don't know no better. I know you don't mean no harm coming up here saying it to me. That makes me really angry when y'all say stuff like that. Oh, R.I.P. and maybe he gets some. If you were just stabbed like that by somebody that you've been fucking and sucking and making money with and hustling with and running game, and then they betray you, it's not a gangbanger that did it. It's not a gang-related violence, even though he was in a gang and they selling drugs and shit. Your own lover stabs you and you bleed out in front of them and they're calm, and you look at the police and tell them that they didn't do it. Nobody did it. You did it to yourself. That person goes the same day you're in there dying in the hospital. They're in the salon getting their hair and fucking nails done. Now, can you tell me? Could you rest in peace on the other side? And nobody knows who did it to you because you lied before your body died and said you stabbed yourself in the back, all the way in the back. I'm not trying to be nasty to you, but when y'all come over here with those ideas, I think you need to go back to whoever told you that that fairy tale really happens over there. Because that's not how I see them and hear them, and that's not what happens in my house. That's not how I live, and that's not happened when I used to watch dead bodies. And the person wasn't in the body. And they're standing there watching their body be prepared and telling them what they like and they don't like and what happened to them. They're not in peace. I don't, especially if they've been murdered and it's not solved. And it's been hidden and covered up and they weren't ready to get out of the body. I'm just sorry, but when y'all say this stuff, you're right, Gloria. If he decides he wants to do it and he wants to tell people and put that information out, he hasn't gotten mad at me because I thought I was going to leave. I said, Nipsey, talk to him because man to man, because he's making me want to snap on him and beat his ass, God damn it, for this shit. Like I explained the situation. I didn't say he was so in love with her. He wasn't even in love with himself. He was in love with his mother. And the love she never gave him, he longed for that shit, but at the same time, brokenhearted and longing for her. Y'all don't understand that unless you've been through it, and I understand it. I didn't say he was so in love with her. I also said she put spells on him. And I know friends will help to set him up. I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. When y'all say this stuff that I used to believe, and y'all heard somebody say that shit, and Carol Ann come to the light and all that fucking bullshit, that shit ain't real. I know because I live it. But before then, I thought it too. Oh, yeah, Nip resting. How the fuck he resting in power when the nigga still down here? Telling people who did that shit and like Santa Claus, goddamn it, checking the list and checking it twice and going to goddamn find out and goddamn stay up who naughty and nice. Santa Nip is coming to town, goddamn it. The wicked Santa Claus, goddamn it, because y'all wouldn't let him be the good Santa Claus. Y'all took all his gifts and his money and everything he built up from nothing and stole it from him and killed him. Now this nigga done switched over to goddamn satanic Santa, goddamn it. What's your name and number so I can come through your chimney and cut your damn ear? See, y'all don't see this like I see it. And I believe me. And I believe them. I'm hungry now and I'm thirsty. I'm going to take a break. It depends on how nice y'all treat me. And if I get no donations, then I may come back. But I got my baby's altar burning down there, and I see what you want to tell me, and I got to finish the Eric Holder thing. So that depends on how nice you all to me. Because I didn't hit a lunch truck drive up today, and they do work on Saturday and Sunday 7 days a week. God damn it. So that will determine how much information I give you. Because I got to, oh boy, I might have to I just write this out with Young Thug Mama, because the mama is off the chain. And God damn it, they sitting up in, yeah. Yeah, just call me. I don't like that auntie shit. You can call me Alexus. Uh, you know, something else with the auntie. I don't think you're trying to be funny, but I kind of take it like that from the way people try to insult older women, like they some old raggedy gray head aunt bitch, and that's not me. So just please let me know if you don't mean it that way, because I know I don't even look like that. But yeah, that's why I let people call me that, because a lot of younger women that think they're better because they're chronologically younger, but they're still dumb and don't lack wisdom. They lack wisdom. They try to insult me with that. Try to insult older women. Period. With that, I don't like it. So as long as you don't, just let me know. Oh, okay. You don't need disrespect. Okay. Cause yeah, I know I would never let myself look like an auntie. I'm sorry. I don't care what a bitch think or tell me what I'm supposed to wear. I'm supposed to at my age be in my place. Bitch, I am in my place, bitch. There's no rule anywhere that says that you have to age badly. Just because you saw other women do that doesn't mean I'm gonna let you put that mask and that suit on me, and it's not gonna apply to me. I will never let myself look like that for you. Not the lady I'm speaking to, but the other women that have insulted me, that are mad because I don't look like you're trying to tell me that shit. I don't have to meet your expectations, your low expectations that say when a woman gets chronologically older that she has to get sick and broke down with her teeth missing and her ass hanging down and looking like a gray head old ass goat, bitch. That ain't me. And it never will be me. I'm not even looking like I want to look because I'm dealing with the illness. But you best believe the healthier and stronger my body gets, the younger I will look, the younger I will feel, and the younger I will be, bitch. You will not motherfucking put your shit on me, bitch. None of y'all will speak that shit down on me. And don't y'all let nobody do it to you or your mothers. If you got good mothers that took care of you, you make sure you take care of her. So I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon.